So, to the one viewer that's watching at the moment, thank you for joining me in my very first Twitch stream. How are you doing today? I hope you're doing good. I am doing fine. I'm just chilling in the house because it's 80 degrees outside, so screw that. So the issue with that's been going on in regards to the rift between black cis women and black trans women goes back to this year's installment of Black Girls Rock, and which I think they honored Angela Bassett, because why would you not honor Angela Bassett? She's good at all the things. She's beautiful. Like, she obviously eats ambrosia to stay looking the way she does, so why would you not congratulate her on all and give her her things? The problem, though, and it's been a problem with a lot of award shows and programs that give recognition for certain deeds and achievements and accomplishments that black people have undertaken. The major problem with all these shows is the lack of inclusivity for black queer folk, and for especially black trans folk, specifically black trans women and trans men too. But a lot of the stances for these award and recognition shows is to propel and celebrate black women, and trans women are women, and black trans women are women, and they are black. So, and especially given the amount of recognition and talent that we've seen in the show Pose, and to not see any recognition from major black institutions, like the NAACP Image Awards, and especially Black Girls Rock, to not see any recognition of our black trans sisters for their accomplishments in acting and the charity, and the charity that they how they give back to our community and to their specific community. Because since trans folks, especially trans folks of color, especially black trans folks, are still so marginalized by society, to not recognize the work that they've done and continue to do is like a slap in the face. So how can you really say that you think black girls rock if you don't think that all black girls rock? I was looking in the comments of a bunch of tweets that were having this same conversation. It's basically Angelica Ross, who I love and you guys should know as Candy Ferocity from Pose. She made a tweet pointing out how fucked up it was that no black trans women were included in Black Girls Rock. And the majority of the responses are from black cis women who are basically repeating anti-trans talking points about basically dictating who qualifies for womanhood and who doesn't. And that's not the only tweet that I saw black cis women. Sorry for the noise. That's not the only tweet that black cis women were saying these hateful things. There was another one where Angelica was on this show on OWN called Black Women Own the Conversation, and she said a quote, and that's that's basically a truth. She said, black trans women are not your enemy. We are your sister. I guess she meant we are your sisters. And it's true. They're not our enemy. They are our sisters. And I look through, gosh, there are times when I feel like I should keep the rule that I have for YouTube comment sections, for Twitter threads, and that's to never look at the comments. But I read through the comments, and there was just so much anti-trans remarks and sentiments just being thrown around. Like, Black Girls Rock is for, black girls. If you don't like it, why don't you make your own? And just the same anti-trans things like, oh, well, Black Girls Rock is for celebrating, black, black women who are biologically female and blah blah blah. And some folks were also trying to invoke the saying and hashtag Black Girl Magic and Black Girls Are Magic, both that were created by the same person, the PBG, aka Miss Kashawn. And it's insulting for anti-trans black cis people, especially black cis women who are anti-trans, to be trying to push Black Girl Magic and Black Girls Are Magic. Meanwhile, the creator of both those hashtags, Miss Kashawn, said that she created Black Girls Are Magic and Black Girl Magic for all black women. That includes black trans women. That includes black girls on the block. That includes, black women who are sex workers. It doesn't discriminate. There is no one is an arbiter of who qualifies as a woman and who doesn't. So if you don't think trans women are women, if you don't think black trans women are women, you need to stay. You need to just stay in your lane and stop invoking the same. Because obviously Black Girls Are Magic and Black Girl Magic are not for you, because you don't think all black girls are magic. You only think black girls who achieve a certain level of status and educational advancement and who are cis, aka cisgender. You only think those black women are women. And that's not what the hashtags are for. They include all black women of all socioeconomic ranges, of all levels of intelligence, of all levels of intellectual abilities, women of all genders, of all sexes, of all colors of sexuality. So, you got a problem with that? Maybe you shouldn't, you should leave those hashtags alone, because they're not for you.